Good evening, everyone. How are you? I hope you had a fabulous day. Let me see who is here. Let me turn off my music and let's get started. Excuse the motorcycle driving by. Uh, Good evening, Daniel, Sportsberry Highlights, Sincere Saida, and Yatanya Jones. Thank you for being here. I hope you guys will hit the like button. So, uh, let's start our show off with showing some love for Malcolm Jamal Warner, who lost his life in a swimming. I don't know if on the beach. He was ripped away by a tide, is what has been reported, and he drowned in Costa Rica. I know a lot of us, rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal Warner. I know a lot of us may be familiar with uh, growing up with the Cosby show, or some of us may not be. But I would like to um, just give a shout out to all of the entertainment that he uh, produced for us. Um, that the two the two shows that most impacted me personally were the one when he did the Ray Charles song and Rudy turned around and started singing, "Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, you know I love you night and day." I love that one. And the other one, I was talking with a viewers of you about the other one, was the one when Denise, where he wanted that designer shirt, and Denise told him that she could make it, and she never sold anything before. And when he came out, the shirt was all jacked up. One sleeve was tight and long, hanging over his hand, while the other sleeve was big and puffy. And the middle at the middle of his arm, the buttons were all askew, the collar was all fucked up, and that was my favorite show, uh, because I had an experience similar to that. Yes, that's one of my favorites. I had a similar experience. I was telling the viewers of you. I learned to sew in junior high school. See, I've been creating all my life. See, people telling me, "Are you still crocheting, sewing?" Yes, I'm still doing all of those things that were taught to me early in life, because uh, early in life I was learning how to create. I was not learning how to hide that I was a heavy body bottom. These are the things that I did not have to learn early in life, how to hide my sexuality and pretend like I was in church. These are the things that I was learning. And I have made plenty of money on all throughout my life up into current day. Let's keep it a buck. Okay, so I was in high school, and my brother was going to a monastery school, and they had these little uniform shirts with a little fine little pinstripe and a little collar, and uh, it had a V, not the V like James used to cut in his t-shirts. It actually, don't do me, James. It had a V in the collar that flipped back, so you didn't see the inside of the shirt. You also had to use the fabric for the opening of the V. So my mother is in the fabric store, and she's like, "Oh, this is the same fabric that they use for the school shirts. Well, you can make a fabric. You can make that." I said, "I can't make that. You got to find a pattern." "Hey, Diamond B, you can make that." "Hey, Liz, I don't know how to make that. It's easy. It was a simple shirt, but it wasn't like it had some details. As a real collar and the little lined V, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And girl, y'all should have seen those shirts. Oh my God, the collar was reminiscent of the Huxtable collar on Theo's shirt. I told her I couldn't make that shit. I don't know why she made me make that shit. Hey, T Danielle, glad to be here. I hope you guys hit the like button on your way in. Oh, and also today I learned that Ozzy Osbourne died at the age of 70. I think he was 76. So, of those of you who were Ozzy Osbourne fans, I think, don't quote me, but I think that there was some controversy, some racial controversy that came out about them that derailed their reality show. But I remember I could not believe when I used to watch Ozzy Osbourne's reality show. I couldn't believe some of the things that they did and said on that show. So Ozzy Osbourne has passed away from Parkinson's disease, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Parkinson's. So that's all of my tributes. Did anybody else have anything to add on those two people, or anything that you want me to talk about? It's a lot of shit going on in the news today. It's a whole lot of stuff going on in the news. I wonder, did any of you see that AI image that 4547 put out showing President Obama allegedly being arrested? Oh, before I go there, I would like to share with you guys this as well. This is allegedly the last post from Malcolm Jamal Warner. I want to share that with you. Um, Talking about lifing, not talking about escapism from life. He is talking about lifing. Let me share this with you first and foremost. Let me reboot it.
Was good. Yes, I got the flower in my hair. Today's my daughter's birthday. She put the flower there, so I'm rocking it. What? Um, it's a beautiful day here in Atlanta. I just wanted to shout out and just spread some love and some good cheer. And life is out here lifing, right? For me and for everybody else. But just wanted to remind you, as I remind myself, that no matter what's going on, there's always a reason to smile. Like if you just take a minute to stop and take stock, I guarantee you can find at least one reason to smile. And if for some reason you can't find a reason to smile, then that's probably the best time to be the reason for somebody else to smile. So find a smile for yourself and be a reason for someone else to smile. That's all I got. Uh, listen to love because it's been a minute. Peace and love.
All right, so that link is in my description box. Uh, I think that was just so happened to be a post to reflect upon and to go back to and to remind yourself. Yes, he was very handsome, had very handsome indeed. Just in case any of you hadn't seen that, um, I just wanted to
Just in
share.
case
Any of you now. Let's get into the news. Wait a minute. You guys have got to check out Deanna Irving's live. I don't have a mod in here. Let me drop her live. Deanna Irving's and Stomp Down. If you guys haven't gone over to check them out, these are the two people that I checked out this morning. And child, I tell you, Why did they have me cracking up today? I don't know of any of the content that went on today. I'm sure there was some or plenty, but go over there and Stomp Down was talking about. I'm gonna have to go over and watch Tim Blaine because Stomp Down was talking about what is that dude, the church guy, name, the light skinned church guy who start popping up over here. Here's Stomp Down's video. What is that dude's name? I don't. What the fuck is his name? He did a sit down in house with Tim, and he said that he was over at Tim Blaine's again, shading Jay Wilson, and uh, to my recollection, uh, he was a fan of Jay Wilson, but according to Stomp Down, who is known to put 20 on 10, said that the man was over there saying, I don't know. I know I can do things while I'm work, but how can you work when you're live 24 hours a day? What is that dude's name? Oh, I don't know his name. I don't interact with him. What is his name? The fat light skinned dude who wears those gaudy glasses. Whatever. Okay, so go over there and check out Stomp Down, and here is the link to Deanna's Irving's live that she did, and she was talking. I had to go over there and look at this. She was talking about Jay Wilson being obsessed with Castro's Cannon bath towel that had excrement on it. Uh, it seems like Jay Wilson collected money to show a clip of excrement on a towel. Is that true? Are you guys familiar with that? So here's Deanna Irving live for any of you guys who didn't catch the verbal assassin. Go over there and check that live out. I, you know, she said it seems that uh, the juicy pastor is obsessed with Castro Cannon. Now, we do know that the juicy pastor is obsessed with making sure that he goes to homecoming every year. And now there was somebody much akin to how Big Sexy got busted coming out of. Oh God, tell me they didn't remove this. How Big Sexy got busted coming out of that food shack. Now there is busted up wide open, uh, getting down at his homecoming event. Now we are clear on why Pastor Wilson is always at homecoming. Let me see. I'm gonna have to improvise the music. Hold on. Oh, okay. I will be the human beatbox for this. Let me present this for you. Hold on. Let me present this for you. We have secret footing of Dr. Passer at his homecoming that he always go to. The link is in my description box. Uh, let me doom 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 doom. Back that ass up. Back that ass up. Back that ass up. Doom 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 boom. Back that ass up. See, now we see why Dr. Pastor Wilson is always uh, fretting and excited about homecoming. Because Dr. Pastor Wilson be out there doing the thing. I don't know why it's not moving for you. Is it moving for you? I don't know why it's not moving. It is moving here. Let me reset this to see if you can see him in motion. I don't know why it's not moving here. The link is in my description box. Go over there and check out Dr. Pastor Wilson uh, dropping it low and backing that thing up. Is that Jay Wilson? Oh, that's what the people say. That is what the people are saying. That is, in fact, Jay Wilson. So the link is in my description box under Jay Wilson at Homecoming. What is it under? What is it under? It is under Homecoming with the Demon Pastor. So go over there and click that link and let it bounce for you. Let him back that thing up on you and ski, ski, ski. Okay, so since maybe that's why Jay Wilson is so enthralled with Castro Cannon because Bird on the Curb is Castro Cannon is uh, quite well endowed in the male genitalia area. So I don't know. I'm just giving you what I've seen on the YouTube street. Okay, so let's see what 4547 has been up to. 4547 has come out and said that Barack Obama is guilty of something, and this is coming from the actual convicted felon, we understand. But 4547 is accusing Obama of being guilty of something and needing to be in jail. The man who has been found guilty on over 30 charges, who uh, avoided his jail sentences because people sat on their asses and didn't vote, or people uh, listened to idiots say why he was such a good candidate, and he had far more black voters who fell for the bullshit that they were saying, that they were hearing, because everybody was so verbal because a black woman was his competitor. So you had a lot of people singing the praises of 4547. So let's see what he has said about Obama, shall we?
Even for him. He's making a claim that will be heard the world over, reviving an old and familiar and rather tired tactic of accusing a perceived political enemy of treason. Only this time, the subject was his first-term predecessor, former President Barack Obama.
The leader of the gang was President Obama. He's guilty. It's not a question. I like to say, let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election.
He made that baseless, unsubstantiated, rather ludicrous accusation today in the Oval Office. It follows baseless, unsubstantiated claims from his Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard said that President Obama's officials engaged in a, quote, seditious conspiracy and hid evidence that Russia did not interfere in the 2016 election. Donald Trump's claims today, an accusation of a crime that is punishable by death, so outrageous that they drew this rare rebuke from President Barack Obama's office. It reads, quote, out of respect for the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of this White House with a response. But these claims are outrageous enough to merit one. These bizarre allegations are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction. Nothing in the document issued last week undercuts the widely accepted conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes. These findings were affirmed in a 2020 report by the Bipartisan Senate Intelligence Committee, led by then Chairman Marco Rubio. The very same Marco Rubio, little Marco to Donald, who currently serves as Trump's Secretary of State and National Security Advisor. His report.
And he's also over USAID. Marco Rubio has been giving numerous jobs. Now, let me see if she is the one who has Marco Rubio up here. And let's hear what President Obama said at the time about those investigations. 4547 is absolutely lying about anything about the investigation into Russia trying to interfere with the 2016 election. He has gone beyond 2020. He's going to 2016. Here's Tulsi Gabbard's accusations. And we're going to hear Tulsi Gabbard and we're going to hear Marco Rubio things that they don't want you to remember that came out of their own mouths about these this interference into the election by Russia. See, they obviously forgot what they've said themselves. But what are they saying today? Let's hear what this Tulsi Gabbard is saying.
ABC News points out, quote, did not refute the findings of the intelligence assessment that Russia sought to interfere in the election. When Donald Trump's current CIA director, a man named John Ratcliffe, released a review that, as NBC News points out, quote, did not refute the findings of the intelligence assessment that Russia sought to interfere in the election. Now, as for these wild and erratic and unfounded attempts by Tulsi Gabbard and Donald Trump to rewrite their own version of history and provide a distraction from the Jeffrey Epstein debacle that has completely engulfed Donald Trump and his White House. They are claiming that the Obama administration concealed evidence that Russia did not try to manipulate votes. But that's Orwellian doublespeak. It's not what Obama's officials ever claimed in the first instance. It was always about an influence campaign. Here was President Obama explaining it on December 16, 2016.
I can assure the public that there was not the kind of tampering with the voting process that was a concern and will continue to be a concern going forward, that the votes that were cast were counted. They were counted appropriately. We have not seen evidence of machines being tampered with. So that assurance I can provide.
That is where we start the hour with ranking member of the House Intelligence Committee, Congressman Jim Himes of Connecticut. Also joining us, staff writer at The Atlantic and a contributor to
Okay. Let me see.
The Atlantic Daily Newsletter. Tom Nichols is here. And former DHS Chief of Staff during Trump's first term, Miles Taylor, is back with us. Congressman, let me start with you. And let me show you one more piece of sound. This is Tulsi Gabbard echoing the very same thing that President Obama says in that tape I just played to Joe Rogan.
When you're talking about like these Russian troll farms that you mentioned, what is missing from all of the news coverage around this and all of the outrage about how this foreign country is trying to influence our elections, which is wrong and which the American people need to be aware of where this information is coming from, is the fact that and you're saying, why does somebody do that? Well, because this country does want to influence who we're electing, right?
Yes.
Like, oh, we'd rather work with this person. We know that person's not going to be nice to us.
Congressman, your thoughts on this?
So she's admitting that there was Russian interference, and the same thing that President Obama let the public know and assured the public that they had not tampered with actual votes and voting machines. But now she's saying that he is a part of a whole conspiracy theory, even saying that Russia interfered with the 2016 election. She's trying to say that they put that out as a red herring, trying to lie about interference in an election that Trump won. So and this is what 4547 is up here saying that he is should be in trouble, or but they brought any charges via the DOJ? If all of this is true, if all of this is true, when are the DOJ charges coming? There has been another uh, yesterday. 4547 actually put out a video showing when Obama so graciously had him at the White House. He took the opportunity to, or someone took the opportunity to turn that greeting when he greeted him at the White House when he had won the 2016 election, and turned it to some AI BS where they're sitting there together, and the FBI comes in and tackles Obama down to the floor and arrests him as he sits there smiling as this is happening, and several scenes of Obama in an orange jumpsuit, sitting reflectively in a prison cell. Says the man who has actually been convicted of over 30 something crimes. Uh, Let me share this video. If you guys have not seen this video, I chose this one because it does not have the YMCA music playing behind it, because he thought that this was so cute, that this is what your president of the United States is sharing on his social media feed. Hold on. Trump sparked outrage with AI video. Hold on. Showing Barack Obama arrested. Oh shit. Hold on. The controversial clip was shared via Trump's blog on Lie Social. The video compilation started with Obama's old quote, and what everyone that they're showing is that no one is beyond. What is it? No one is beyond. I forget. Hold on. Let me see. Here we go.
President is above the law. No one.
No one is above the law. That is the quote that everyone is saying that you see come up here. They are quoting, no one is above the law. And one thing I want to I want your attention to. This is when Obama hosted him when Obama was president after he won the 2016 election. You know that this is a dated photo because you don't see all that gaudy as gold leaf over every piece of the fireplace. That lets you know that's when this was taken. He decided to take that time of where he was shown grace after he had been convicted of 30 and throw Obama figuratively on the floor and arrest him. Okay, this is who's in office. This is who people were trying to convince you was the best person for office. This is the one who cried victim that the Biden Justice Department was weaponized against him. Then now he's says that he doesn't care. What's done is done, and something needs to happen to Obama because his sycophants won't stop talking about Jeffrey Epstein. And we have some updates about Jeffrey Epstein. The AI generated Obama is also seen wearing an orange jumpsuit behind bars. The video does not come with any disclaimer that it's artificial or fictional. No disclaimer. A move critics are calling deeply irresponsible and deliberately inflammatory. Okay. This is after National Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard accused the former Obama administration of planting a hoax to undermine the 2016 Trump presidency. The link is in my description box. Avail yourself to it. Okay, so there is something else I want to share about this. Let me share my screen with you. Hey, Dr. Soapy, how are you? Shaking my head, shaking my head. Wow. When is he going to arrest his wife and deport her ass? He's not going to deport his wife. There has been a motion to change, the Kennedy Center, where they do a whole lot of arts and stuff. They fired the president of the Kennedy. I don't know if it's called the president. They fired the named person under the Kennedy Center where they do exhibits, performances and stuff. And he made himself over the Kennedy Center. And so some Republican lackey decided that he wanted to change the name of the Opera Center from the John F. Kennedy Opera Center to the Melania Trump Opera Center. Okay. He's not going to do anything. Hello, Melissa King. Now, this is the next video I want to share. It is also about Obama breaking his silence. It's a good video. Let me see. Who is this? I think it's the Midas Touch. Very comprehensive in all of this. Okay, here we go.
Tulsi Gabbard has submitted a criminal referral to the Department of Justice. From your perspective, who should the DOJ target as part of their investigation? What specific figures in the Obama administration?
Well, based on what I read, and I read pretty much what you read, it would be President Obama. He started it. But the leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him?
So, breaking just moments ago, former President Obama's office responding after Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard accused his administration of using, quote, manufactured intelligence about President Trump and Russia.
Okay, is everyone paying attention? Here is how you cover Trump's blatant attempt at a distraction regarding Obama. See Rolling Stone's headline. Trump goes full fascist. In quotes, whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. The president is desperate to turn the...
Whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Is that weaponization of the Justice Department something that they said Biden do that they would never do, that we always knew that they had planned on doing? Okay, so let's keep up. So if they're talking about doing that to the former president, what the fuck do you think that they would do to a regular American citizen, especially a Black American citizen? I I mean, we're not gearing up to it. We're not revving up to it. We starting from the top. Let's continue.
Nation's attention away from his ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Now, this sentiment was echoed by former President Barack Obama as he finally broke his silence in a statement given on behalf of his office.
He's guilty. It's not a question. I like to say, let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election. They tried to obfuscate the election. They did things that nobody.
I checked my mic. This was treason. They tried to obfuscate the election. What did he say? Obfuscate. They tried to steal the election. Obfuscate. Let me see. What did that bitch say? Hold on. I don't see. Is it playing for you guys? I don't see it playing. For some reason, is the video? I don't see the video playing. Hey, Barry Carey. Can you guys see this? Let me remove it and reshare it. For some reason, I don't see it on the screen. Let me share the screen again. I didn't see it back here on the screen. If you guys were seeing it, I apologize. Let me start all over.
Tulsi Gabbard has submitted a criminal referral to the Department of Justice. From your perspective, who should the DOJ target as part of their investigation? What specific figures in the Obama administration?
Well, based on what I read, and I read pretty much what you read, it would be President Obama. He started it. But the leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him?
So breaking just moments ago, former President Obama's office responding after Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard accused his administration of using, quote, manufactured intelligence about President Trump and Russia.
Okay, is everyone paying attention? Here is how you cover Trump's blatant attempt at a distraction regarding Obama. See Rolling Stone's headline. Trump goes full fascist. In quotes, whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. The president is desperate to turn the nation's attention away from his ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Now, this sentiment was echoed by former President Barack Obama as he finally broke his silence in a statement given on behalf of his office.
He's guilty. It's not a question. I like to say, let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election.
This was treason. They tried to steal the election. Says the man who pardoned all of the January 6th rioters. This was treason. Okay, let's continue.
They tried to obfuscate the election. They did things that nobody's ever even imagined, even in other countries. You've seen some pretty rough countries. This man has seen some pretty rough countries, but you've never seen anything like it.
See, today, Trump continued his outright desperate attempt to divert the national conversation away from his ties to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, following this weekend's bizarre rant suggesting prominent Democrats should be prosecuted, before then just saying it outright today when asked which Democratic figures the Justice Department should target specifically in light of Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard calling for the Obama administration officials to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Well, Trump just couldn't say his full name fast enough, could he? Considering it's on the tip of his tongue every single day.
But the leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him?
Which, as I've said before, side note, or it's ironic that the man who was sued for refusing to rent to black tenants has a black man living rent-free in his head every single day. And the office of the former president responded today saying, quote, out of respect for the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of this White House with a response. But these claims are outrageous enough to merit one. These bizarre allegations are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction. We all know A distraction from what? Come on, just say it, Barack. Nothing in the document issued last week undercuts the widely accepted conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes. These findings were affirmed in a 2020 report by the bipartisan Senate Intelligence Committee, overseen by who? Marco Rubio. Now, this comes as Trump posted an AI video of Obama getting arrested in the Oval Office, because that's normal, right? Need he be reminded? There's only one former president with a mugshot, and I'll give you a hint, by the way. It's the one with the second worst year one summer approval rating since, well, his own year one approval rating first time around.
Under fire, Donald Trump has turned to trolling Barack Obama with a bizarre AI video as he tries to distract from the Epstein files firestorm.
The video appears to be manipulated footage of an Oval Office.
Put a 1 in the chat if you're still able to see me sharing the footage. It does not show on my back screen. I just want to make sure StreamYard had been messing up earlier in the week. If you still see the video being shared, put a 1 in the chat.
This meeting that took place in November 2016 between Obama, then the president, and Mr. Trump, who had days earlier won.
Okay, I'm going to stop that because they're playing that YMCA. So let's go a little further. I'm going to talk about these bots. Even the bots on X are unaware. They have, you know how they elevate people to push certain conservative messages and messages from known conservative loyalists and influencers. Now the bots are contradicting themselves. One minute they're asking for the files, the next minute they're saying and I do mean the next minute they are calling the files a hoax and nothing to see here. So even that's why those are two reasons why AI cannot be trusted. You can have 4547 make this AI post, and some people and not alert people that it's fake and that it is AI. What else can you do with AI? You can have AI acting as if they are individuals commenting under a social media platform, and it's a straight up AI bot. We're going to talk about that as well.
Trump's doing this, right? Trump's history with Epstein has been under the microscope as his administration has tried to basically bury the story.
What happened to the lawyer who got Epstein his bizarrely lenient plea deal when he was first arrested on sex trafficking charges in Florida? What happened to the lawyer who got him that bizarrely lenient plea deal? Well, Trump hired him to be his own lawyer. What happened to the U.S. attorney who gave Jeffrey Epstein that bizarrely lenient plea deal? Trump put him in his cabinet in his first term. Well, who then prosecuted Epstein a second time when he was brought up on federal charges? That was the SDNY line prosecutor who Trump inexplicably fired last week.
Who actually prosecuted not only Epstein, but she also prosecuted Ghislaine Maxwell, the co-conspirator with Epstein, and she got a conviction of her, and she was fired. When this kept coming up, some people thought she was fired because of the Diddy case. No, she did work on the Diddy case. She got fired behind this, and now this lawyer, a lawyer from the Department of Justice, has met with Ghislaine Maxwell's attorneys to have a sit-down interview with her. And now it is suspected that she is the only one who can clear 4547's name. Now, understand she's in jail for 20 years. Understands that she knows that she understands that there are questions by some people, even the celebrated medical examiner Michael Baden if it is in fact true that Epstein unalived himself. So let's be clear. She is the only voice that can say that 4547 was in no way involved in this. Now, with her now being under an agreement to speak with this Department of Justice attorney who works under the hat of 4547, there are suspicions that he could rightfully give her some immunity and can also cut off quite a few years off of her 20-year prison term. So while they're trying to deflect and say that Pam Bondi is asking judges if they can release all the grand jury testimony, the victims' testimonies would not even be in the grand jury testimony. You are not going to hear from a victim in this sham of shit that they want to put out for you. But they're talking about Obama did something wrong. Let's continue.
Who was in charge of the Department of Justice and the Bureau of Prisons when Epstein then killed himself in federal custody? President Donald Trump, who bragged to a reporter about how much Epstein seemed to like women on the younger side, who said Epstein was a lot of fun to be with, who bragged that he was friends with Epstein for 15 years, who flew on his plane at least 7 times, and who now says that everybody needs to stop talking about Jeffrey Epstein right now? Answers there are Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, and Donald Trump.
Wall Street Journal reported last week on a salacious birthday note that Trump allegedly wrote for Epstein in the early 2000s. Then the president opted to sue the Wall Street Journal and its owner, Rupert Murdoch, for publishing the piece last week. Rupert Murdoch being a man that's gone to bat for Donald Trump to the tune of costing him $700+ million.
Well, the president believes he has a superpower. He believes he has a legal superpower because of the recent lawsuits that he's settled with Disney and Paramount. And he believes he has a rhetorical superpower, the ability to tell his supporters that anything he doesn't like is fake. That's why he was using the word hoax earlier this week. In fact, I believe he was using the word hoax because he knew this Wall Street Journal report was in the works. This story did not develop just in an hour or two. The Wall Street Journal reporters have been working on this for days. So the president, perhaps knowing that this might come out, started to claim that the whole Epstein affair was a hoax. That's a word that he believes is a superpower to shut down conversation, to turn off people's brains, and to get them to move on. The problem, however, is that in this case, that rhetorical superpower doesn't really work very well because the Wall Street Journal story includes kind of both damning, you might say, but also just uncomfortable, right? Embarrassing details. These quotes make people's skin kind of crawl. And I'm sure anti-Trump folks are already going to print them on bumper stickers. So rhetorically, he's weak. And then on the legal front, his claim about a lawsuit, yes, he was able to sue CBS and get some money for his library. But in this case,
okay, so now here is this bimbo, another black person who tried to have you out here believing for some reason this convicted felon who did not do much when ruining the country the first time with all of his lies and telling you to inject, maybe you could inject the people with bleach during the COVID outbreak. Now, here she thinks that someone cares about her being skeptical about this Epstein report. Meanwhile, she has no she's not skeptical. Skepticism. She's not a spectacle. She's not. What am I trying to say? She's not skeptical of any of the cuts to Medicaid. She has no specs. She is not, Lord, skeptical about any of the food stamps cut. She's not skeptical about him closing the Department of Education. Okay, so either these people care about pedos being out here or and nothing else. How can they not care about anything else? So here is Candace Owens trying to make herself relevant again. A whole fucking idiot out here who wants to talk about this, but absolutely nothing else about how this person has unilaterally torn down all of government, and by using Elon Musk, who he is now, now they are letting fly, is a alleged drug addict. But she has no question about, well, if he is an alleged drug addict, shouldn't everything he has done in the government be reversed? No, nobody's talking about any of that.
Continue to seek answers on.
On Thursday, Trump begrudgingly ordered Pam Bondi to move a judge to unseal the grand jury testimonies related to the Epstein case. Now, I want to be clear, absolutely nothing is going to come of that, and I'll explain why. But the point here is that MAGA revolted against Trump, and we won. But the question lingers, why? Why has it come to this, right? Like, what are we doing here? What is Trump hiding? Why is he going down like this over Jeffrey Epstein? Trump is playing games. He is. I'm sorry. He is flat out playing games right now. In fact, he's doing that thing that we always felt the press was doing to Trump supporters, thinking that we're stupid. Going, okay, they don't know much about how the law works. If I just say I'm going to unseal something, then it looks like I'm acting, and then I'm going to call everybody who doesn't agree with that a troublemaker. He knows exactly what he's doing. What is the connection between Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump?
He's always known exactly what he was doing. Okay, let me. Now let's talk about what he's actually not doing. He's actually, I hope my mic has been on this. He's actually not bringing down the costs in America. He's actually not making deals on tariffs. Adam Mockler was on. I don't know if you saw Adam Mockler. I usually play some bits of his videos. I am a big fan of his. He was on CNN last night with Abby Phillip, and he got a chance to talk to that Shark Tank asshole. What is his name? I don't know. The Shark Tank asshole who is always agreeing and up Trump's ass, and he fucking pummeled him. Okay, let's see what this idiot is talking about.
Exactly what he's doing. What is the connection between Jeffrey thing here that gives?
You're going to see over the next month or so, we're going to roll out dozens of deals
of when a deal may or may not come to fruition.
You're going to see over the next month or so, we're going to roll out dozens of deals. Oh, there was
Okay, so look at the rolling time zones of announcing these tariffs and the promise of all of these deals. And here we are with a August 1st deadline, and there has been 2 soft deals, and I think they have one actually ironclad deal. Listen at this buffoon.
so many coming, and you're going to see deal after deal. It's going to start coming next week and the week after and the week after. We've got lots of them in the hopper. We're going to announce a whole bunch of deals over the next week or so.
Are you confident we can get these the big ones, the big deals done?
I have them done. The next 2 weeks are going to be
He has them done. But where are these big deals? All of these big deals he's talking about are tariffs. What does a tariff do? Tariff increase the price of goods that you and I are buying. And he's saying with such excitement, like you're not gonna believe these great deals. Who is it going to be great for? And all of this money that they said we are collecting trillions on tariffs, but the tariffs have been paused. But they're still out here talking about how many trillions of dollars that they have already made off of the tariffs. Like you're stupid, Candace, but you're not saying anything about that, Candace. You're not saying anything that these tariffs are going to increase the price of everything that Americans damn near buy, because damn near all of our stuff is imported. Okay.
For the record books.
That was just a couple days ago. So far, only 4 trade agreements have been announced.
And most notably, a distraction from the rising costs that consumers and businesses are having to deal with across the country.
General Motors shares T-boned by tariffs. The stock is diving several percentage points here, 7+% after the auto giant reported a 32% slump in quarterly profits due to a $1.1 billion hit from the tariffs, which GM says will actually worsen in the current quarter.
A distraction from his abysmal performance thus far.
Not the people that you want to be hearing from on this. I think having border crossings down to 0 is an incredible achievement. The problem is that the rest of the immigration policy is in absolute shambles. His approval rating on immigration ranges from -27, that's in Gallup, to -19 in CNN and -15 in the new Quinnipiac poll that's out today. He's in the red or underwater, however you want to say it, on deportations as well, which was one of his key promises. In the CNN poll,
with all of this going on, all of this show for the people, he has still deported fewer people than Obama had deported at this same time in his presidency. Well, I don't know. Yeah, Obama and Biden at this same time in his presidency. So they expect you to believe all of this show and people being snatched up by hooded people is effective, but it's absolutely ineffective. So, but they think that if they can give you a show, you would be like, oh, they really doing the thing, but they're not really doing the thing. To the point where they're showing up at where people who are actually in the system trying to get here via the system, how the system is set up to accept them, they're showing up and grabbing them after they come out of their out of court, their immigration court, where they are actually on the file. So if he wants, now they're giving people $1,000 to, I hope my mic is on. Now they're giving people $1,000 and a one-way ticket, and they're trying to pressure them in these detention facilities to self-deport. $1,000 of your taxpayer money and a one-way ticket to come back here legally. When how are they going to come back here legally when there's a executive order that 4547 signed to not allow any one to come back here under what is it? They're not allowed to come back here legally. That he has cut off the avenue for anybody to come back here and say that they are suffering persecution in their country and to even come back here legally. Except for the executive orders that he signed where alleged white Afrikaners are being unalived by the black people in South Africa. There is no more come back here legally avenue for them to come back here legally. And understand that some people who were here legally, like the Haitian, he has revoked of the status that they were legally here under. So how are you going to round them up? All of a sudden, under this executive order, they have become illegal immigrants. But how are they going to come back here legally? Make it make sense. See, this is what they're not saying. And while we definitely need to have some type of semblance of legal immigrants coming over here, God damn it, all of this is a bunch of smoke and mirrors. All of it. Nobody can never say, I have idiots coming over here in my chat. Well, you didn't say nothing. I said plenty. I had a dummy come in my chat telling me that I was a hypocrite and I didn't say nothing under the Biden administration. You're a motherfucking lie. I said what I said and I said what I meant. But me saying exactly what I said, that we need legal immigration. Yes, we need legal immigration, and we cannot absorb people coming over here from the border like they were coming over here. Are we going to pretend like prior to, even before the election was in full swing, I was showing you how people were coming over here from the southern border from China? But do you see any Chinese people being any Asian people being rounded up in all of this ICE shit? Do you see any of that? If people were watching me, you will remember I did a whole report showing all of these Asians just pouring through the southern border. Middle class Asians. They weren't looking like the Hispanics who were coming over here in flip-flops and shit. These motherfuckers look like they got off a motherfucking airplane, because they have a whole network to tell them on that WhatsApp, tell them where to stay, what bed and breakfast are available to them. They have Uber riders to ride them to the next destination. These are not poor people that are coming over here. Well, how come we don't see any of them rounded up? Hey, Focus on You. Hey, who else? The State of Being. If anybody watch me, you guys know that I have been showing this. Let's continue.
His approved strongly number down to minus 21. It's the lowest it's been at any point in either of his administrations.
Why do you think that is?
Because he's not doing a good job at being president.
But
the truth is more important.
Okay, that is that on that. That's it. Yeah, he's not doing a good job at being president. Now, let's get into the Marco Rubio of it all, whose own father came over here as an undocumented immigrant and stayed. So let's not forget this. Here we go. If you are not subscribed to Jesse Dollemore, you are missing a treat. The links are in my description box.
Of Russian meddling, irrefutable evidence of Russian meddling, says Donald Trump's now Secretary of State. It's the crime of the century. If what I'm getting ready to read you is true from Donald Trump, if Obama and Hillary and Biden and James Comey and James Clapper and John Brennan, if they committed the crime of the century, then why will there be no convictions? Why will there be no criminal complaints forwarded to the Department of Justice? All of this is a distraction because Donald Trump got caught with his pants down, maybe literally, relative to abuse of children. And his decades-long friendship with a notorious abuser of children. That is why. This is a distraction. I called it yesterday the Distractapalooza.
Okay, so let's get to he has a post from on Live Social. Let's get to the facts.
And that's what this is. Donald Trump on True Social last night, 8:11 p.m. Eastern Time. He wrote this: Obama himself manufactured the Russia hoax. Crooked Hillary, Sleepy Joe, and numerous others participated in this, the crime of the century. Irrefutable evidence. A major threat to our country.
Okay, so a major threat to our country, but these people who were climbing over the Capitol, trying to hang Mike Pence, was not a. There was no irrefutable evidence of that happening. I'm just talking. We did not see the news that we saw outside, and we did not hear the cries of "Hang Mike Pence." The only person who could what is it? The only person. His only job was to certify the elections. We didn't hear about him, them wanting to kill him. let's get to the Marco Rubio of it all. This is what they don't want you to remember about this thing that they're saying that Barack Obama is started and manufactured. Remember last week he said that Comey, Biden, and Obama and Brennan were the ones who created the files, and now he is now he's talking about these people need to be held accountable, and the black man is at the top of the list. You're going to also hear him say, well, I had a chance to persecute Hillary, but, I didn't. But, this is just too much. Something needs to be done with this black president. Let's continue.
This particular administration, 4 up to this point, maybe 5 jobs at this point. He's wearing a lot of hats. Mark, all of it's untrue. And I'm not just saying that from my own perspective. I'm going directly to someone who is very close to Donald Trump, who holds multiple jobs within this particular administration. 4 up to this point, maybe 5 jobs at this point. He's wearing a lot of hats. Marco Rubio. Here's a headline from 2018 from ABC. No evidence FBI spied on Trump campaign. Republican says contrary to president's claims. Senator Marco Rubio said he's seen no evidence to support the president's claims. And if you think maybe ABC is just being the liberal media, they're just the fake news, they're just making up stuff. Here's Martha Raddatz talking to Marco Rubio in May of 2018 about this very matter.
And Senator Rubio, just quickly here in the end, on the so-called FBI informant, President Trump says that the FBI had a spy in his campaign. I know you were not in those classified meetings this week, but based on what you have seen, is the president telling the truth?
So I think the president is facing these, and his lawyers are reacting. They're responding to what they're facing and the things that are happening to them. I can tell you what I know. Number one, if there is an FBI informant or any sort of inappropriate action that's been taken targeting a political campaign, the president's or any, we want to know about it and it should be punished. As far as what I have seen to date, it appears that there was an investigation, not of the campaign, but of certain individuals who have a history that we should be suspicious of that predate the presidential campaign of 2015, 2016. And when individuals like that are in the orbit of a major political campaign in America, the FBI, who is in charge of counterintelligence investigations, should look at people like that. But they're not investigating the campaign, they're investigating those people. In fact,
so you're saying
which campaign is he speaking out specifically? He's speaking about 45's, 47's first campaign. So now they're trying to say that Obama spied on his campaign. Remember the lie that they're putting out there. But why do you have these people around your campaign who are questionable, who were looked at, who were investigated? Let's be clear. And now he's trying to come back and say that. Let's continue.
President Trump was wrong?
I have seen no evidence that those people were part of an investigation on the campaign. If that exists, I would want to know about it. We should all know about it. And if that would be wrong, and we should do something about it. But up to now, what I have seen is evidence that they were investigating individuals with a history of links to Russia that were concerning. And that was appropriate if that's all that happened.
Yeah. Secretary of State now, head of USAID, all of the other things that he does close to Donald Trump. Bootlicks Donald Trump. This is from the Senate Intel Committee, Marco Rubio's statement. Over the past 3 years, the Senate Intelligence Committee conducted a bipartisan and thorough investigation into Russian efforts to influence the 2016 election and undermine our democracy. We interviewed over 200 witnesses and reviewed over 1 million pages of documents. No probe into this matter has been more exhaustive. What the committee did find is very troubling. We found irrefutable evidence of Russian meddling. Irrefutable evidence of Russian meddling, says Donald Trump's now Secretary of State. It's the crime of the century. And listen, maybe Marco Rubio just had a bad week. Tulsi Gabbard also back in.
So let's see what Tulsi Gabbard said that they found in 2020 when she was on the Joe Rogan show. I just want you to understand that this is deflection and this is bullshit. And they're talking about jailing Barack Obama behind some bullshit. So you won't talk about Epstein. We're going to talk about Epstein not next. I have one more story I hope you guys have been paying attention to. See, it's this type of bullshit that brings about the type of fucking people that you have to live around. These people who take this shit seriously. These sycophants that take him seriously. That's my next story.
In 2018, I think this was in August of 2018. She, maybe it was September of 2018. Tulsi Gabbard, the now director of national intelligence for Donald Trump, the hand-picked soldier of the MAGA movement. She was on Joe Rogan's podcast and indicated absolutely Russia interfered in the 2016 election.
When you're talking about like these Russian troll farms that you mentioned, what is missing from all of the news coverage around this and all of the outrage about how this foreign country is trying to influence our elections, which is wrong and which the American people need to be aware of where this information is coming from, is the fact that and you're saying, why does somebody do that? Well, because this country does want to influence who we're electing, right?
Yes.
Like, oh, we'd rather work with this person. We know that person's not going to be nice to us.
We have to understand that Russia has a preference of who they want to work with. We'd rather work with this person rather than that person. Do you think that Russia had a preference of working with 4547, who has done nothing to them and about this war in Ukraine, it is alleged that on their last phone call, Putin told 4547, just give me 60 days so I can get all of the territory in Ukraine. And it was days later that 4547 came out as if he had made some drastic decision. And he said, if Russia don't stop in 50 days, I am going to put more tariffs on him, not sanctions, tariffs. There are no tariffs on Russia because we do no trade with Russia. So do you think that Russia would prefer to work with him than Harris? Let's continue. We're back in 2018, though. We're talking about the 2016 election.
The United States has been doing this for a very long time.
Sure.
In countries around the world, both overtly and covertly, through these kinds of disinformation campaigns. Not even counting like the outright regime change wars, we're going to physically take you out. And I think it is very hypocritical for us to be discussing this issue as a country without actually being honest about how this goes both ways. So yes, we need to stop these other foreign countries, and Russia's not the only one, there are others, from trying to influence the American people in our elections. We also need to stop doing the same thing in other countries.
Yeah, without doubt. But there's also the question is, what is Russia trying to achieve? Like, why do they want someone like Donald Trump in office versus someone like Hillary Clinton? Like, what is to be gained? And how much, how much do they benefit from that?
Yeah.
This is what's really one of the big questions that's going on right now.
Yeah.
With all the Russian hearings and the Mueller investigation and trying to get to the bottom of all this and why they did what they did and what they did. And there's many people that are blowing this off and they don't think that it's important. And, the president's claiming it's a witch hunt. But it's very odd that we're having this conversation in the first place. It's never existed before in any single presidential election. There's never been talk of us or any politician that's running for president being influenced by a foreign superpower before today. It's just amazing. that it took until 2016 before this became a real issue.
That's true. That's true.
So do not fall for this distraction. Do not let the.
Okay, so the remainder of this video is in my description box. This is what I want to talk about. I wondered, are you guys familiar with the reporter Mehdi Hassan? He had his own show on MSNBC. It was canceled. He does have his own YouTube channel. I think it's called Zeto. I think it's called Zeto. I'll try to find it for you. But there is this channel called Jubilee where they have one left leaning commentary. One left-leaning influencer or commentator to debate 20 right-wing people. If you guys didn't see the debate between Mehdi Hassan, who is a Muslim, you will be thoroughly aware of the hateful people that are on the right. And if they hate Muslims, they've always hated black people. This country was birthed upon the hatred towards blacks. That's baked into the cake. And now, if you miss this debate, I just want to play a little of this debate for you and see the boldness that these people now have. I really want you to see the boldness of these people. Let me share my screen with you. And if you didn't vote, you can be rest assured that these people are voting. So that is another thing that all of you guys who don't get up and vote, all of the people who say that there is no reason to vote, I want you to listen to a little bit of the get out of my country. Now, understand that Mehdi Hassan, he's going to tell you that he is an immigrant. His parents were immigrants to this country. And I think he is an immigrant who went through immigration and stuff. And to see these white people talk about get out of my country when he is an American citizen himself, to hear the fucking vitriol and this one fucking fat fuck who is so proud to say that he is a fascist, and he hopes that there is one election to choose the fascists, and everybody has to bow down. They start out talking about the Constitution, and you will see that none of these white boys particularly care about anything in the Constitution, except for, of course, the Second Amendment, the rights to bear arms. See, they don't care about freedom of speech. They don't care about anything. If you have not seen this, I say that it is a much watch. It's in my description box under the title, "If You Don't Vote, Be Sure They Will." Okay, so let's start with this buffoon right here. Okay. They're talking about the Second Amendment. The first one who touches the chair gets to debate until enough people hold up their flags. And if more people in the room holds up a red flag, that means your debate is over. You lose the room. They hold up a red flag, and then someone else wants to come up. Go check it out, please. You have to listen to this whole thing. I'm just going to play a little bit of it. They are actually some complaints about Jubilee, that it appears that Jubilee is trying to find the most racist, rancid people to debate these left-leaning commentators. I don't believe that is so. I just believe that all of these lies and vitriol that are presented to the viewers on this for-profit media as both sides do it, that both sides-ism has created a bunch of delusional people. We see delusional people in here on YouTube every day. These are people who call themselves in sync with politics, but they are buying up all of these lies. Now, with the latest lie about Obama, can you imagine how much further it is going to be towards Obama from these people who love their guns? Let's get into this.
Northern UK, I guess. I'm from London, North. What's happening in the US? First, what's happening in the US? First, you safe? We've been. Playing it by the book.
He from the aristocratic class. He wants rich people to rule you. Okay, let's continue.
You can have a vote to get to that stage.
And then no more votes afterwards.
Absolutely.
Wow.
100%.
Wow. And if that
Well, how are we going to have a vote to get to that scheme when you're voting and you believe in voting to get to this one person, but you're not even voting for people who are on the ticket? How then shall we get to that scheme? A total idiot. But these people are voting while Black people are sitting around telling you to vote for people who have none of your interests at heart. Now they're all silent. Now they're sitting around talking about what Ronnie Q don't know about politics, but they won't bring their black asses up here to debate any of the facts that are going on in this country under this fucking fool that they were out here telling you to vote for. They can't face any of the factual shit that has happened in the first 6 months of this presidency. These people are voting, however. Let's continue.
That kills you and your family. You're fine with that.
Well, I'm not going to be a part of the group that he kills because that's the whole thing. kills you and your
now we have somebody who is rationalizing his white only bullshit by quoting Nazi propaganda. These people are voting them. Let's continue. And you know goddamn well he didn't just throw a name on there.
dignity being
Like he said he was trolling for the vote, like he was unsure of what his name was. You can be sure. I bet you can be 99.9% sure that this is a 47 vote. That's just my opinion. So because none of what he's saying is making sense. But he does have his whites rule America theory based on Nazi propaganda. Let's continue. The fact says Franco and his forces killed or executed 150,000 people. That includes members of the Catholic clergy who were deemed either liberal or loyal to the Spanish Republic. They fact checked during this. What are you talking about, dude?
Killed any innocent people. The white terror was only punishing those people who did acts of terrorism. And again, are you supporting like rape?
So he's calling them the white terror only killed just people, people that they justly should have killed. And when you see the facts are different.
Innocent women,
and we want to win people over to our side, but after we get in and we vote in our aristocrat, aristocrat, and we are in our autocracy. Then there goes free speech. You can't say anything. These are voters. Okay, so let me break away from this for 1 second because I had to Google this person that they were talking about, Franco. Let me share with you a bit about who Francisco Franco was. I was unaware of him, so I did my homework. Olivia, you know, the shit that you don't ever want to do to find out what's going on.
Today on the Daily Dose, Franco. Born in 1892, northwestern Spain, by 1925, future dictator Francisco Franco had become the youngest general in all of Europe at just 33 years of age. A little more than a decade later, on July 18, 1936, as nationalism swept through Nazi Germany and fascist Italy, Franco and other military leaders took control of the western half of Spain in a coup d'etat, later known as the Spanish Civil War of 1936 to 1939, personally securing arms and other aid from both Hitler and Mussolini. Within months, Franco was named commander-in-chief of the rebel Spanish army, as well as leader of the nationalist government, unifying his support base by securing backing from the Catholic Church, at the same time combining the monarchist and fascist political parties under his command. While many Republican leaders fled the country during the Spanish Civil War, as Franco's troops stormed the northern regions of Spain, under Franco's orders, his men imprisoned and executed tens of thousands of opposition Republicans, while his soldiers in the town of Badajoz simply machine-gunned hundreds, if not thousands, of Republicans without the benefit of a trial, later defeating the Republicans with help from the Soviet Union, Germany, and Italy, before taking control of the Republican strongholds of Barcelona and Madrid in early 1939. Building up a vast secret police force to spy on Spanish citizens, under Franco's harsh rule, Catholicism became the only tolerated religion in the country, at the same time banning labor unions and both the Catalan and Basque languages from use outside the home. Although sympathetic with the Axis powers, Franco kept Spain out of the Second World War, other than sending 50,000 volunteer soldiers to fight alongside German troops at the Soviet front, while opening Spanish ports to German U-boats in between their missions to sink Allied ships supporting the African theaters of war. Cut off from Western aid after the end of World War II, In 1953, Franco allowed the United States to build 3 air and naval bases on Spanish soil, which in turn revitalized the Spanish economy through infusions of U.S. aid and rising tourism. In his later years, Franco relaxed his fearsome hold over Spanish politics and civil rights, ushering in free market reforms while ending draconian police controls, press censorship, and freedom of speech.
What kind of censorship? Censorship of the press. Do you not see? Did you not see all of those parades? And are we forgetting about that birthday parade? That petty little birthday parade, the 45, 47. Then are we forgetting about how he basically blackmailed CBS because they were trying to get that merger with, who was it? Skydance or whatever, and to the point that Stephen Colbert was fired. Who has the number one ratings of all night time shows. I don't watch Stephen Colbert. I used to. I barely watch any broadcast TV, but I personally believe that CBS at ABC has capitulated to 45, 47. And do you think that that was not blackmail to get their deal done? Do you do not believe that that was one of the caveats that 45, 47 told CBS that they had to do to get this deal done, and it was done? Do you support that in your media? Are we kidding? Oh, the Wall Street Journal, who kept up the election hoax lies of 2020, and the Dominion voting machines were tampered with. Fox News, who supported all of these lies up into the settlement of what is it? The largest settlement in U.S. history. They had to pay Dominion, and now the Washington Post, since they put that story out about 45, 47 and his little birthday card about with the nude woman with the small, extra small breast that he sent to Epstein. Do you not think the fact that after the Washington Post refused to pull that story, do you not understand that they are no longer allowed in the press pool? This is the Washington Post and Fox News are owned by the same person, Rupert Murdoch. So now they are not allowed in the press pool. He's about to do a overseas trip. They're not allowed on the trip at all. The Washington Post. They did whatever he wanted them to do, and at the first juncture of them refusing to do what he wanted them to do, hold the story about that little birthday card of a small breast woman with his signature as her pubic hairs, and talking about the secrets they share with each other, and all of a sudden they're out of the loop of any White House press conferences and trips. So do you not think that Stephen Colbert wasn't on the table as a bargaining chip for this petty man in office? That's all. The link is here. We need to really pay attention to what the for-profit media is actually doing, and that's why I always drop my links in my description box, so you can possibly hear some other media. Let me share this with you. Oh, I think I want to finish with those assholes. I just a little bit more. Just a little bit more of some of the things that were said. Let me see. It was quite a few idiots. You got to watch it for yourself. This one, she thought that she knew everything. She's short. They got rid of her real quick. A whole bird brain. Let's hear the bird brain.
And I think that's something.
Victim. Actually, they're trying to genocide his whole race. So this is the mindset of the American voters. This is the mindset of the American voter. I think that's it. I really here comes this one again. Go over there and watch it. Go over there and watch it. I had enough of this myself. I'm pretty sure the link is in my description box under if you won't vote, they are. So I want to share one last thing with you about that sit down. The guy who said that he was a fascist and didn't care if you called him a Nazi. You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Let's remember
This is amazing.
who we're talking
a
about.
man who is a far right extremist went on this YouTube show called Surrounded on a channel here called Jubilee, and he said some of the craziest shit I've ever heard. It was actually, quite frankly, disturbing. And because of the things he said, he got fired from his job. Now, before we get into the main story of him getting fired from his job, I want to show you some of the things he said because I think it's important that we stare at the belly of the beast and we know exactly what we're dealing with. And what we're dealing with is, quite frankly, alarming.
How would
my brother in Christ just said not only 20 seconds ago that he's fine with certain people being killed if there's an authoritarian leader in this country. He doesn't think he'd be one of them. But then at the same time, he says, I don't like anyone's human dignity being attacked. These people make no sense. They don't have logic. Before we get into more of that clip, I want to point out, too, that he's not really he doesn't really condemn the Nazis, and he kind of doesn't mind being called it. That we're seeing that not just in the lower runs of the internet. We're also seeing that on Fox News. And now I know I've showed this clip before, but I actually think we need to see it as much as possible.
And also, I showed this clip. They are embracing Nazism, and I showed you Greg Gofold and what is her name? Kennedy, somebody. So with their black inflections and using the Nazi words, and trying to use it as a dog whistle about allegedly how black people have taken the N word out, so they use it in a speaking term like my nigga, the Kennedy chick, oh my Nazi, because they are so infatuated with us and everything that we are, but want to destroy everything we are. I played that for you, I think last week.
Because the fact that Fox News is seriously just calling themselves Nazis now, I think is a sign of where we are in this country.
This is why the criticism doesn't matter to us when you call us Nazis, Nazi this, Nazi that. I'm beginning to think they don't like us. You know what? I've said this before. We need to learn from the blacks. The way they were able to remove the power from the N-word by using it. So from now on, it's what up, my Nazi? Hey, what up, my Nazi? Hey, what's hanging, my Nazi?
Nazi, please.
Thank God you did a hard eye there. What does it tell you, though?
So disturbing. So disturbing. So is it anyone's surprise that we have someone on a YouTube channel saying that they are fine with being called a Nazi, that they actually align themselves with many of the Nazi beliefs? No, not a surprise to me, frankly. And before we get into more of that clip, I also just want to say, too, that there is some debate about whether or not Jubilee should exist because they feel like they are actually platforming far-right extremists, giving them more eyeballs than they would get otherwise. I personally believe sunlight is the best disinfectant. This person exists.
I definitely believe that as well. Because if you listen to the for-profit media, like some people feel that they have heard the news because they have watched it on these news, for-profit news channel that are bending the knee and refusing to report negative news unless they try to put a both sides do it type of shit on it. And you people who think that you can sit on your asses and not vote and not understand how this country is turning. I understand that many of you are not engaged in your children's homework or work because you guys are too engaged with bullshit that's going on the internet. And to notice that they're taking history out of your children's schools. So this will fluster, and these lies will be floated for actual history in America. So I think that more people need to shine the light on these extremists who are so bold to come out here and directly say the things that they are fostering under the guise of politics.
And whether or not he is on camera, he exists with his beliefs, and he's talking to other people online who think the same way he does. Now, for people who believe in the First Amendment, that means the worst speech is just as loud as the most acceptable speech. I personally believe that it is better to know what they're saying and to try as best we can to push back on it in real time than it is to let them kind of fester in the darkness amongst themselves, gaining power very slowly. I'd rather us just be able to fully stare at them and show other people who might be persuaded or might be more susceptible to their messaging that it's actually not acceptable and it's not the way that we should be running a country. I hope that makes sense. But I don't think that the way to win this moment is to pretend like these people don't exist or to not act like it's a problem.
I concur.
So, and here's more of this.
Let's talk about he killed communists. Wasn't there an era in our government where MacArthur was accusing all types of reporters and all types of different people that he didn't like of being communists? Hasn't America had its history about who are communists? They are calling the Democrat front runner for the mayoral election a communist when he says that he is a, what did he say? He didn't say he was a progressive. He said he didn't. What does Zoran Mandami? He's a progressive. He says it's not progressive, but he does not say he's a communist. He's a socialist. He said he is a progressive socialist. But they're calling him a communist up and into Mario, what is his name? Cuomo came out and said something to the effect that he would move out of New York City if he is elected. Well, how come you didn't move out of New York City when you left office under the flag of inappropriately making actual advances at your staff? But you didn't think that that was enough for you to move out of the city under your alleged actual behavior. But if this Muslim man is elected, he's going to move out of the city. Oh, okay. So let's get to the job. Let's get to.
Mehdi Hasan is. I tweeted this a couple of days ago. I just got to say this was a masterclass. He, I don't know if anyone will ever do this format better. I do think if you
now, I watched this Mehdi Hasan interview prior to coming upon this video of this dude losing his job. I added this on. I definitely think that if you don't watch anything else, I really think that you should watch that Mehdi Hasan video. It is very enlightening about the craziness that we have out here in America, based upon what they're being fed about this by this for-profit media. I definitely agree with him. Let's get to the. I want to get to the he lost his job. Okay, here we go. We saw that whole segment. So now here he is crying about being fired for his political beliefs.
Persecute people who think differently than him is now suddenly upset that he got fired from his job. Persecute people who think differently going on. Now, it's very funny because the person who's a fascist that wants to persecute people who think differently than him is now suddenly upset that he got fired from his job because he wouldn't condemn the Nazis and he called himself a fascist. I'm not going to show you where this is on this website because I don't want him to get any more clout, but he says here, my name is Connor. I was recently shown in the latest Jubilee episode. As a result, unfortunately, I subsequently was released from my job. In other words, he was fired. You were fired, bitch. I'm raising money as an emergency fund.
I'm raising money. Let's see if he would get as much as the white bitch who called a 5-year-old a nigger. Let's see if he will gain as much money as Kyle Rittenhouse did for shooting people in the Black Lives Matter protests. Of course he's raising money. I'm raising money. Let's see how much he gonna get. Okay. Everybody in here, let's guess. Okay. First of all, you have to put in an amount that you're asking for. We're gonna get. I will want to guess the amount that he's asking for would be over $5,000. I think the ask will be over $5,000. But what amount do you think that will pour into this racist, self-identifying fascist? How much money do you think? We understand that the white woman who called a black autistic child a nigger, it is reported that she received over $850,000. So how much will he receive? Put your numbers in the chat if you're paying attention to my question.
For the other expenses while I find a new job. I hope this man never.
He just want the money until he find a new job. Okay. So this woman wanted money to move herself and her child out of the area that she lived in because allegedly she was doxxed. So she just wanted moving money. And she got enough money to actually purchase a house in a upper middle class neighborhood for her behavior, for her own behavior. That's what they gave her. Under the I need to move, people are messing with me fund. How much is he going to collect until he finds a new job? Well, at least we understood from Mehdi Hassan, even to his own dismay, that unemployment is down. I saw some flyers that they had put out about the farm workers looking to hire people at $11 an hour to work 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. Maybe he can get one of these jobs. Let's continue.
Has quality work again. He should absolutely not be able to have or make a living. That's how I feel. I mean, you're allowed to think and believe whatever you want, but I don't think you're allowed to be a functional member of society if you don't believe in the society that we are all fighting for here. And it is very funny that he said, fired for my political beliefs. No, fired because you're a Nazi and a fascist. Which, by the way, you don't like when you're persecuted for your political beliefs, but you want to enact a government that forces its beliefs on everyone else. It's so hypocritical. This is cancel culture and political discrimination on full display, which is what you believe in. That is what you believe in. You just don't like when it happens to you, I guess. And by the way, the First Amendment, I totally believe in. I'm glad he can say whatever he wants because, like I said at the top, cancel culture doesn't exist. Consequence culture does. There are consequences for the things you say and for the things you believe. You can say and believe whatever you want. Doesn't mean that you're allowed to have a job if you say and believe those things. It's actually the company's decision about whether or not they want to hire you. So I am glad this came out. I'm glad there have been consequences. It gives me hope because I know that Donald Trump hasn't suffered many consequences, but it's nice to know that at least some people still can in this country of ours. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit like on the video. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'll see you next time.
Okay, so let's move on. Did you guys know 4547 did admit that he was in the Epstein files out of his own mouth? 4547 and his attempt to run away from the Epstein files has admitted that he is in the files. Remember weeks ago I told you that Pam Bimbo had actually had people from the FBI prior to her distributing those files, alleged Epstein files to those YouTube influencers, and that she had people from the FBI come to redact information from those files. It is alleged that the things that the FBI was tasked with doing was redacting 4547's names out of those files, and he has admitted that he is in those files. But he said, "But everything about me is false. Everything about me in those files are false." He didn't say I'm in those files, but what he did say is everything about me in those files are false. So what does that say? That says that you're in the files. That's exactly what that says. I'm going to play this for you, but prior to me playing that for you, I'm going to play something a little more juicy for you. 4547 was asked how young would he go. He said that he was married now, and somebody asked him, would you, if you weren't married, would you be dating a 24-year-old? He was like, oh, yeah, I sure would be. And then they asked him, well, how low would you go? And what number, people in the chat, what age number do you think that he gave as far as how low he would go? I'm going to wait on the numbers. Please put some numbers in the chat soon. I'm going to share this with you. Connor can pick blueberries. Melissa said 21. Do I have any more takers? I'm going to play it for you. Oh, yeah, I'm going to play it for you. I'm going to let you hear it come out of his own mouth. All I see is 21. Okay, so here we go. Let me share this with you guys. Another day, Brian Tyler Cohen. This is in my description box. Yes, it is sharing. Who did he admit this to? I was a big fan of Howard Stern. 4547 used to routinely go on the Howard Stern show. So let's listen at some of his musings on the Howard Stern show. Let me see.
Throw a pass at the goal line when you have Marshawn Lynch. My dude had it right. What's so unsettling about Trump's attempts at distraction is that whatever he's trying to distract us from must be brutal. I mean, what are we going to discover? That he was buddies with a pedophile? Little late for that. That he sends his regards to those who aided in the sex trafficking?
I just wish her well, frankly.
Got that covered. That Trump had some sordid history with having affairs and then paying women off to keep them quiet and keep his reputation intact? We've got 34 examples already. Is there a chance that some hungry journalist is going to sift through thousands of documents and uncover that years ago, Donald Trump sexually abused women? Been there, done that. Are we going to learn that he has a soft spot for white supremacists?
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by.
Mission accomplished. Is there some chance that buried inside hours and hours of transcripts from champagne and caviar-filled parties will unearth incredibly damning quotes that show that Donald Trump was a misogynistic womanizer?
Hey, when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy.
So you have done that. Now,
I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspected.
let's understand what pageant he is talking about. This was a teen, I think it was Miss Teen USA. This is not a regular pageant. He's talking about a teen pageant. And let's hear what he says about what he would do as the owner of this pageant.
And everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because.
So you have done that. Now,
I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
You're like a
everything is
doctor.
good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible looking women.
He said they're standing there with no clothes. Let me, if you didn't hear it, I want you to see it I want you to see it. Let's see.
And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
You're like a
everything is
doctor.
good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay?
Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. I think a lot of people want to forget that this came out of his own mouth. April 11, 2005, on the Howard Stern Show. Let's continue.
They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
Yeah. Do you have an age limit, or would you?
No, I have no age. I mean, I have an age. I don't want to be
The
like
upper bracket,
Congressman
yeah.
Foley with 12-year-olds.
A man who said when it comes to dating young women, he draws the line at 12 years old, went on to be elected president of the United States twice, and he's afraid of what's in those Epstein files? Do you realize how insane that is?
I draw the line at 12 years old. Let me see if I can close caption that. Let me see. So you can hear what he's saying from his own voice. Let's see.
With no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
Yeah. Do you have an age limit, or would you?
No, I have no age. I mean, I have an age.
No, I have no age. I mean, if I have an age,
I don't want to be
the
like
upper bracket.
I don't want to be like
Foley with 12-year-olds.
I don't want to be like a bully with 12-year-olds. That is the closed caption of what you just heard. Okay, so are we clear? Are we clear? I didn't say it. This is what he said out of his own mouth, and people are lollygagging and pretending. And where are all of these people who were out here telling you? Where are all these Negroes who say that I don't know anything about politics? To say that this is the person who they were telling your black asses to vote for? I don't know where they are. Let's see what else. Did he admit? Let's get to the admitting that he is in the Epstein files. This is on Breaking Points. Crystal Ball, not this woman, the other woman. She's married to Kyle Kalinske, who does a show called The Secular Report. I definitely enjoy them. Let me see. Trump seems to admit he's in the Epstein files. Let me see.
So that does, again, make me wonder, and we talked about this on Friday show, Sagar and I did, is this a Maureen Comey leak? Maureen Comey was the prosecutor in the Epstein-Ghislaine Maxwell case. Trump starts talking about a week ago in terms of Comey and Obama and Biden framing him. Started explicitly mentioning James Comey. And Maureen Comey is fired on Tuesday. Wall Street Journal piece finally comes out Thursday night. It does actually, I don't know this for sure. I doubt we'll ever be able to confirm if anything like this happened, but it does make it sound like this was something the Trump administration was aware of.
Yes.
Which is an interesting piece of the puzzle. If it's true, it's an interesting.
So what she's pondering, did James Comey's daughter leak the fact that 4547 was in the Epstein files? Because you do understand that she prosecuted Epstein up until he unalived himself, and she successfully prosecuted Maxwell. they're not saying this happened, but let's get to what 45-47 happened. Or did I don't think let me see.
Oral standing around the world after Israel attacked a Catholic church, and there's some real fallout with it. And for premium subscribers, we will have that AMA live. If you want access to the AMA, listen carefully to this short clip, because it sure does sound like President Trump kind of sort of admits that he is actually in the Epstein files. Take a listen.
If they were run by Chris Wray and they were run by Comey, and because it was actually even before that administration, right? They've been running these files. And so much of the things that we found were fake with me. So much of the things that we found were fake with me.
Obviously, just a note.
You notice they didn't find, he didn't say that they found anything else was fake in the files. Everything that they found was fake with me. Okay, so you can go over there to Breaking Points, and the link is in my description box. I want to, did you guys see how Hunter Biden is dragging? Hunter Biden needs to be in the beef sector, because Hunter Biden is out there dragging people. Let me find the Hunter Biden. Did you guys hear any of the drags that Hunter Biden was doing? Oh my God. Hunter Biden is out here ripping people a new butthole. Hey, Candy Cane, Grand Rising. Grand evening, grand night. You probably about to rise for tomorrow. If my ass would have gone to bed at a decent time, I wouldn't have gotten oh, let me wait a minute. Hunter Biden is dragging. Okay, let's hear. Okay, this is also Keith Edwards. I think you guys should go over and check out Keith Edwards. He is a very good commentator. I think he is new to this to the scene. I just started seeing him a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if he was on anyone else's show, but I'll go over there and check out Keith Edwards. He has good content.
On Jake Tapper, y'all, Hunter Biden just went scorched earth on Jake Tapper, on the Pod Save America guys, on Donald Trump and El Salvador, all coming right up. Let's get right into it. This is a wide-ranging interview with this channel here on YouTube called Channel 5 News. Here he is talking about Stephen Miller. And I'm going to tell you right now, Hunter Biden, I don't know what happened, but he is unleashed.
I don't know anyone personally that if you took Stephen Miller, isolated, and you played a clip of the things that he says.
Every day we arrest another alien they let into this country who raped a child, who beat a woman.
Quote, all the kinky-haired, swarthy-skinned, long-despised phantoms, all the teeming ants toiling for the white man's comfort.
And his little physical demeanor, and not be able to say, there's something fucked up about that motherfucker. However, how do you identify and change the mind of someone who is so ignorant that they cannot discern between a fact and an outright lie?
He told no lies. He told no lies. Stephen Miller is one of the worst people to ever work in government.
Now, Stephen Miller is over the deportation, the whole deportation rules set up. We must chew them out because they weren't arresting at least 3,000 immigrants a day. This is who Stephen Miller is. Now, if you go in my description box, I have a couple of pages of things that I was going to show to you. I don't know, the show is getting so long, where they have reported that the detainees in ICE, most of them who have no criminal records, no matter what they are saying, that they are picking up the worst of the worst, they are making them bend over, and they're telling them to eat like dogs, on their knees with their hands cuffed behind their back, and this is the only way that they're able to eat food in some of these detention centers, understand that they are trying to wear them down so they will accept $1,000 in cash and a one-way ticket to self-deport. So maybe this is one of Stephen Miller's idea. I don't know. I will show you the report that it's in my description box. Let's continue.
He belongs in 1940s Germany, if we're being completely honest. Actually, he would have done well there. But we have to deal with it. I'm glad someone's calling him out. In a separate clip, Hunter Biden attacks Donald Trump's children for what he calls blatant hypocrisy. Watch.
Meanwhile, these motherfuckers,
With Trump Mobile, we're going to be introducing an entire package of products.
they're selling gold telephones and sneakers and $2 billion investments in golf courses and selling tickets to the White House for investment into their meme coin.
Overnight, President Trump returning to the White House after a black tie gala for the biggest buyers of the Trump crypto coin.
The Qataris give them a jet, and the Emiratis put $2 billion into their cryptocurrency, and the Saudis are going to build a tower. And I mean, and by the way, that's just what we see. And I even hate mentioning my name in that, because either I am the biggest fucking moron on the face of the earth, or like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, what is Fox News talking about? Anybody that mentions my name in Crime Family in the same, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, if you believe the worst possible thing that they've ever said about me, what they are openly doing, they're openly doing. And nobody's batting an eye. Don Jr. is opening a club called the Executive Club in Georgetown, in which it is promised that you will be able to rub shoulders at the cost of a $500,000 initiation fee.
The $500,000 membership fee would make it the most expensive private membership club in the country after Mar-a-Lago.
To join the club.
Now, where's Jake Tapper on this? Jake Tapper, why are you so quiet? Are you writing a book about this, Jake Tapper? Let's continue.
With people and decision makers in the cabinet of his father.
Now, the launch party on Saturday night included a who's who from the Trump cabinet, with Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Attorney General Pam Bondi, SEC Chair Paul Atkins, Dr. Oz, and a lot of others.
What is that other than literally the sale of influence? And by the way,
that's all it is. Let's be clear. And why is your media dead foot on it? Because they are afraid that they will not be able to make their $1 billion deals for their own personal profit. And they are afraid that 4547 is going to take them to court. Why? For writing stories that don't favor him and his position. This is your media, and talk about blackouts. At the time when no one is watching ABC and CBS and these regular media companies, I hope no one's watching them now. I know I haven't anyway, so I can't even do a boycott for these media stations.
That's just like a side thing for them. I don't get why people don't understand that it is the biggest grift that there is. And just look over here. Look at Hunter Biden, the crack addict. Look at him. Laptop.
Laptop. I love that. Yeah. I mean, this is the most corrupt, the most grifting presidency in American history. Donald Trump has a freaking meme coin that he's making money off of. He just put $2 billion in Bitcoin yesterday, and we're supposed to care about Hunter Biden's laptop. Give me an effing break. Give me a break. I'm so glad this interview happened. Now, he also said in this stunning moment that if he were to have become president, here's what he would do.
These guys think that we need to run away from all values in order for us to lead. I say, fuck you. How are we getting those people back? How are we getting those?
Fuck you.
People back from fucking El Salvador. Because I'll tell you what, if I became president in 2 years from now, or 4 years from now, or
speaking about the people from El Salvador, do you know that most of those people who were in CICOT in El Salvador has been released freely into El Salvador. Many of them don't have no connection to El Salvador. But does it make you wonder why are they releasing them? So they were in El Salvador approximately May, June, July, 2 to 3 months. It is stated that they pay the El Salvadorian government $5 million. I don't know if that was monthly to house. It has to be monthly to house their prisoners. It could be yearly. I don't know. So for 3 months, El Salvador came up on $5 million American dollars, your American tax dollars, and I don't know why they have been set free. I will try to find out more about that. I found out about that on my way in to my live, but I will discuss that more. Do you know that that all of the El Salvadorians have been freed into El Salvador?
3 years from now, I would pick up the phone and call the fucking president of El Salvador and say, you either fucking send them back or I'm going to fucking invade. It's a...
That's BDE. That's BDE. If you don't know what BDE is, well, look it up. What's so funny is how I found this clip was that this is El Salvador's, I believe this is El Salvador's president posted it, asking if Hunter Biden is sniffing powdered milk. Oh, his feelings got hurt. And then here is Hunter Biden going scorched earth on George Clooney, on James Carville, on a lot of the Democratic establishment.
Opinions. But fuck him. Fuck him and everybody around him.
He's talking about George Clooney.
I don't have to be fucking nice. Number one, I agree with Quentin Tarantino. Fucking George Clooney is not a fucking actor. He is a fucking, I don't know what he is. He's a brand. And by the way, and God bless him. You know what? He supposedly treats his friends really well. You know what I mean? Buys them things. And he's got a really great place in Lake Como. And he's great friends with Barack Obama. Fuck you. What do you have to do with fucking anything? Why do I have to fucking listen to you? What right do you have to step on a man who's given 52 years of his fucking life to the service of this country and decide that you, George Clooney, are going to take out basically a full-page ad in the fucking New York Times to me and James Carville, who hasn't run a race in 40 fucking years, and David Axelrod, who had one success in his political life, and that was Barack Obama. And that was because of Barack Obama, not because of fucking David Axelrod. And David Plouffe, and all of these guys, and the Pod Save America guys, who were junior fucking speechwriters in, on Barack Obama's Senate staff, who have been dining out on the relationship with him for years, making millions of dollars. The Anita Dunns of the world, who's made $40, $50 million off the Democratic Party. They're all going to insert their judgment over a man who has figured out, unlike anybody else, how to get elected to the United States Senate over 7 times, how to pass more legislation than any president in history, how to have a better midterm election than anybody in history, and how to garner more votes than any president that has ever run. And they're going to replace their judgment for his. Not to mention, who's Jake Tapper's?
I mean,
drag. Now let's get to Jake Tapper.
That is, I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Are we
First
gonna
off,
get to
all right,
Jake?
Hunter
Yeah,
Biden.
let's get to Jake.
Just gotta
Yeah.
say, I wish this interview would have happened 2 months ago, because right now we're just kind of trying to let Donald Trump and the base eat themselves alive. So in terms of strategically when this interview should have happened, I wish it would have happened 2 months ago or 2 months from now. But regardless, it is great that someone is just talking authentically and honestly.
And he really needs to talk honestly about these Democrats, because so many of them can't read a room. Like Hakeem Jeffries not supporting the Democrat front runner for mayor in New York because he is so indebted to AIPAC, who gives him all of his money. If you don't get on board, you should be left behind. Okay, so let's continue.
And I will let the chips fall where they may around his accusations. And I just wanted to show this last part about Jake Tapper, which I'm sure everyone watching this is going to love.
What? Who's Jake Tapper's audience? Jake Tapper?
My mom or something? I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
For real though, I don't even think it's your mom anymore.
No.
By the numbers, what influence does Jake Tapper have over anything? He has the smallest audience on cable news, and beyond that, I think that the book is right now on Amazon that he put out. I mean, his ratings just went to shit after he put the book out. You know, they did a 2-week infomercial for it. I mean, it was such a money grab, such a disservice to everybody that he serves with.
Yeah, agreed. F. Jake Tapper. I mean, Hunter Biden, you're always welcome here on the Keith Edwards Show, for sure. Well, if you like this video, please hit like on the video. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Okay. I think I do have one more thing. It's a lot. AI bots. Okay. Homecoming with the pastor. Access denied. Ooh, access denied. What is that? Okay. I want you to see in Tennessee, at the airport in Tennessee, the Homeland Security had an event with the Christine Nome chick. And one of the Memphis 3, you know, they were fired or from their positions. I think it was Josh Jones showed up because the airport is actually in his district, and these are his constituents. He was approved to come to the event, but when he got there, they told him that he was not allowed in the event to actually talk about his very own constituents. Access denied is another one. MSNBC put this out. The link is in my description box under access denied.
Go home. They still have the opportunity to self-deport, to go back to their country. Right now, we're buying plane tickets for people to go back to their home countries. And also when they land, we give them $1,000. And then they get the opportunity to come back the right way. That is still the very best option.
Even though there is no opportunity to come back the right way, because the executive order has prevented any immigration coming in from these countries. Let's call a thing a thing.
Option for everybody who's in this country illegally. And that would be my hope, is what they would do.
That, of course, was Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem at Nashville International Airport. She was there to promote what she calls a self-deportation plan, offering migrants $1,000 cash and a one-way ticket out of the country. That money, of course, is paid by you, the taxpayer. Unsurprisingly, her visit sparked immediate backlash. Tennessee State Representative Justin Jones, part of the Tennessee Three, who made national headlines for protesting gun violence on the state's House floor, was barred from entering the event. It's important to note that Nashville International Airport is part of his district in his state. He says he came to demand answers for his constituents after ICE arrested hundreds of people from his district earlier this summer, whose names have not yet been fully released.
Every other event we've had here in the airport, we've been allowed as representatives. This is the first time I'm being told as a House representative that I'm not allowed to attend an event. I'm here simply to support veterans, and also because I want to get answers from my constituents who've been harassed and who've been brutalized by ICE here in Nashville. I just want to know from the Secretary, where are the people of my district?
Jones said he received prior approval from airport officials to attend the press conference, but DHS Communications Manager Thomas Wackman said that was a mistake. Tennessee State Representative Justin Jones joins us now. Representative, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I want to start right there. You talked about what you were hoping to talk with the Secretary about, these people that live in your district that have been snatched up and possibly not heard from again. Do you have any update from any kind of communication with the DHS Secretary or her team?
Well, good morning. It's great to be with you all. Unfortunately, on Thursday, Secretary Noem came to my district, House District 52. The Nashville International Airport is in that district, and chose to do what she does best: waste taxpayer money with this stunt, this spectacle, this photo op. Instead of being a serious secretary willing to engage in bipartisanship and answer questions. In the beginning of May, 196 members of my community were snatched by masked ICE agents in the dark of night during racial profiling traffic stops in a joint operation with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. A majority of those people DHS has admitted were convicted of no crime, charged with no crime, had no criminal record, but yet they want to paint everyone as being criminal. When what is criminal is this violation of equal protection under law. What's criminal is racial profiling. What's criminal are these constitutional attacks that are targeting communities of color. As my district is the most diverse district in the state of Tennessee, and that's where the majority of these raids and arrests and mass harassment of traffic stops occurred. And she refused to answer, as she does best. Instead, she chose, her press secretary or communications director chose to have me removed preemptively, even though the Secret Service, the Metro Police, the airport, and the airport authority staff allowed me into the press conference, as I usually come to events in my district, including in the airport.
Representative Jones, it's good to see you again. You're not the only one who has been asking questions about people who have been arrested by ICE in Nashville and no information coming out about most of them. A reporter tried to ask the secretary a question along the lines of what you just pointed out. Let's watch that, and I'll ask you about it on the other side.
The Trump administration has specifically targeted the worst of the worst. The individuals that we are going after are those that are violent criminals, those that are breaking our laws, and those that have final removal orders.
Prove it, bitch. Because in most of the cases, they don't even know. You have not even given out the names of the people who you have in custody. The Miami Herald was the one who last week put out 700 names that they refused to put out of the people who were on their way or in Alligator Alcatraz. Let's be clear. Now, let's listen to this question and let's listen to this answer that she had the audacity to say. Don't ever ask me that question again. Now, you don't think that this is an authoritarian government who are seizing people, are not allowing their elected officials to attend meetings where they are to ask questions about their constituents? Let's listen to this question and answer.
No removal orders.
My audience is predominantly Latino, so they end up every day say they're fearful because.
Hold on. Let me slow this down. So you guys, she's talking about her constituents who are mostly Latino, who say they are fearful.
Latino, so they end up every day say they're fearful because a lot of people have been targeted based on their skin color.
That is not true. And so that has been another fault.
They are fearful because a lot of people have been targeted because of their skin color. Join the cloud, but you couldn't vote for a woman who had similar skin color to you. The overwhelming amount of you voted for this. Let's see her answer, though.
False narrative that has been put out there in the media that I absolutely want to throw back at you and say that is absolutely false, and don't you dare ever say that again.
That is untrue. That is false that the media has put out there. Isn't the media's job to report news? And I'm going to throw that back at you. And don't you ever put that out there again. Do you think that they are not telling the heads of these media outlets what they better not put out there again? The link is in my description box. Speaking about releasing these Epstein files, Bernice King had a word about these Epstein files. They released the King files when they are asking for the Epstein files. So what files did they cut? Did they release when the King family had expressly asked them not to? Let's see. Oh, where's my sound? Okay, here's my sound.
The MLK files over objection from the family. This is a tweet from Bernice King. Now do the Epstein files with a picture of her father. This is a real tweet. It was published by Bernice King recently, and it's trolling the president of the United States, who released her father files about the FBI literally surveilling her father for years, but at the same time won't release the Epstein files that everyone is talking about. And the tweet seems to suggest that Donald Trump released the MLK files as a way to get people distracted about the fact that he hasn't released the Epstein files yet. And it's very possible. I mean, he released the JFK files, the RFK files, now the MLK files, and yet through all of that, he has not released the Epstein files to the public. The public is demanding it. And now King's family is trolling him. Spread the word so more people know. I'll do a full breakdown on my Substack, linked in bio. Subscribe for free and follow along for more. We have some news right now. MLK Jr.'s daughter, Bernice King, is trolling Donald Trump after he released the MLK files Over objection from the family. This is a tweet from Bernice King. Now do the Epstein files with a.
Okay, the link is in my description box, just in case you guys didn't know that. The last thing I want to share with you is about those Texas floods. We remember all of the things that was said about the them being unprepared for the floods. We heard about some of their legislators meeting to have early warning systems put in to alert people about the flood. But there are now currently, the last I checked, 3 missing bodies remaining. I didn't see in the tally of the few missing bodies. I did not see a tally of the actual people who were found dead in this tally. That story has basically been shut down. I will bring to you some tallies about that tomorrow, in the light of, if you did not know this about the people. Remember that this is a 45-47 district. Someone shared this with me. Tom Powell Jr. He's saying, please stop sending money to Texas. They said they don't want it. And why is he saying they don't want it? Let's listen to what some of the people got up and said about the $10 million that President Biden wanted to give that area of Texas for his something relief fund. And they was saying that they didn't want the money because it came from Biden. These same people who are crying and have GoFundMe's up because of this storm and the lack of preparedness of FEMA and the weather system, which 45-47, the man that they put in office, cut. This is what they were saying about taking $10 million from Biden, which was to be used for early warning signals in their areas. Let's continue.
Yes, Kerr County residents spoke out against using money from the Biden administration to shore up its warning system to better alert residents and visitors about flooding. And ultimately, county commissioners decided to use that money elsewhere. Hey there, I'm Brandy. I'm a journalist in Texas. And here's what we know. I broke down the county's 2016 request to the state that got denied. You can find that video in the playlist at the bottom of your screen. But the Texas Tribune did a really phenomenal job breaking down all of the times in the past decade that the county has talked about needing better storm-related infrastructure. And one of the things this article talks about is that in 2021, Kerr County got about $10 million as part of the American Rescue Plan Act. That money coming from the Biden administration did not sit well with a lot of residents who voted overwhelmingly for Trump in 2016, 2020, and 2024. Some even asked the county if it could return that $10 million. Instead, the county commissioners, again, ultimately decided to use the money in a different way. It dumped $7 million into a public safety radio communication system for the sheriff's office and fire services, and gave raises to sheriff's office employees. The rest of the money went to more county positions and building a new walking path. As a result, on one of the busiest holiday weekends of the year, when campgrounds and summer camps along the Guadalupe were packed, there were no sirens to tell people that a wall of water was headed their way. Some woke up to the warnings from the National Weather Service, but hundreds didn't make it out in time. We're talking about 96 confirmed dead in Kerr County. And the sheriff says 161 people are still missing. If you want to read that article in the Texas Tribune, I've got it here, along with an article with resources about how you can help.
And for those of you that want to come in and say, hey, wait a minute, that's fake news, she's just making shit up. Here are the people from that county publicly speaking out against taking money from the Biden administration to help them with warning systems that would have prevented some of these deaths.
We do not want more of Biden's mandates attached to keeping Biden's money.
But these people are communists. They hate America. They're teaching it in our schools. They're invading the border as we speak. I don't think we should take any money from the federal government because they can't be trusted.
Now, we don't need these funds here. We've done just fine. And we'll get by without them. But you spend this money, you're signing a contract with the devil. The devil's in the White House.
If you vote to keep Biden's money, I will hold you personally responsible and personally liable.
The Biden regime has proven to be.
So I want to know, did she, how, if she was affected in the flood, and if she has survived the floods? There's plenty of people who can hold you personally responsible and personally liable. Let's continue.
Radical and anti-American. There is no part of this administration that has the good of America or Americans at heart. We want no part in anything coming down from the federal government. This is Texas and Texas.
They think any money coming from Biden is a contract with the devil because he's a communist Democrat. So therefore, they must think that you, if you voted for Joe Biden, are a communist Democrat as well. Don't send them a fucking dime. We've been just fine without federal money down here. We don't need this money. Don't send them a fucking dime.
Okay, that is the last thing I wanted to show you. That is from Tom Powell Jr. That is the last link in my description box. I thank you guys for being here. The actual audacity of some of these people. I wonder what they're saying now as they have all these GoFundMe accounts up. Thank you guys for being here. Please, hey, the Bushes. Hillary said it right when she called them deplorables. I thank you guys for being here. Please share some of the links. Please share some alternative news sources. Please share anything that you learned today that you did not learn or did not know for watching our for-profit media to support the channel. $ Ronnie Q, and I appreciate you all for being here. I'm sorry. Oh my God, I went up 3 hours and 25 minutes and 26 minutes. All right, guys, I didn't mean to go this long. Hey, M. Renee, you were sitting up in the clouds. I thank you, Liz. You were still sitting in the clouds. I thank you all for being here, and yeah, that's all I have for you. All of the links are in my description box, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, have a great one. I appreciate your support. All right, I am out of here.